Number 10. Vlad the Impaler. Vlad the Impaler was also known as Vlad Dracula. He reigned as Prince of Wallachia 3 times between 1448 to 1462 and killed about 20% of the population. The character of Dracula was loosely based on Vlad due to his sadistic personality and cruel acts done to the people of Wallachia. He impaled the victim through the buttocks till the stick came out of the mouth and roasted children who he fed to their mothers. His cruelty not just in here, he cut off the breasts of women and forced their husbands to eat them. After that, he had them all impaled. Number 9. Temur. Temur was a Turco-Mongol conqueror who founded the Timurid Empire through military campaigns in and around modern-day Afghanistan, Iran and Central Asia, becoming the first ruler of the Timurid dynasty. In present-day Afghanistan, Temur ordered the construction of a tower made out of a skull of live men, each stacked on top of another and cemented together with bricks and mortar. He also once ordered a massacre to punish rebellion, and he had 70,000 heads built up into minarets. Under his rule, 20 million people died due to military campaigns, executions, tortures, and many other brutal ways. Number 8. Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein was the president of Iraq from 1979 to 2003, known for his control, power, and dictatorship. Under his rule, it is estimated that about 2 million people died. He planted and executed the brutal genocide against the rebels who fought against his regime. It majorly included the Kurds, Sabakas, Madins, Assyrians, and other ethnic groups. During this genocide, his army used mustard and nerve gas and also poisonous chemical weapons, which caused the death of up to 1 lakh people. The worst part, for his amusement, he used to ask his men to torture and record the videos of victims to watch during his dinner time. Saddam was found guilty of crimes against humanity and was hanged to death on first day of Eid ul-Adha on 30th of December 2006. Number 7. Chengiz Khan. Chengiz Khan was a Mongol emperor who started his military career at the age of 20 and with his evil and brutal plans went out to unite the Mongol tribes. To take on the Tatar army who killed his father, he ordered killing of all the Tatar male who were taller than 3 feet and above. He gained control of central and eastern Mongolia by defeating Naiman tribe during 1206, which was powerful at that time. Victories after victory made other tribes and rulers to surrender and make peace with him, and Temujin became Chengiz Khan, which is said to mean universal ruler. His army made his enemy survivors as human shields for his later battles. It is believed that his men, if out of water, would drink blood from their horses. His army killed 15 million people in the Iranian plateau. A total of about 20 to 60 million people died during his reign. After his horrific glory in 1227, he died mysteriously, though most experts attribute illness as the cause of his death. Number 6. Idi Amin. Idi Amin overthrew an elected government in Uganda via a military coup while President Obote had gone to Singapore to attend a meeting and declared himself as the President of Uganda. He is notoriously known as Butcher of Uganda. During his rule, his enemy and opponent had to face imprisonment, torture or death, and sometimes all of these. Between 1 lakh to 5 lakhs Ugandans were killed during his tyrant rule, and around 500,000 people were tortured and killed between 1971 to 1979 in total. He ordered Asians out of Uganda and blamed them for the country's great economic crisis and called on them economic war. Amin had brutal habit of killing people by cutting off genitals, limbs and bleed their victim to death. He is known for killing and torturing people in all the brutal ways possible, like throwing them to crocodiles. Also, women faced extreme torture, rape and finally death. The most dangerous and cruel leader who became Ugandan's worst nightmare died of natural causes. Number 5. Pol Pot. Born as Saloth Sar, Pol Pot was a Cambodian politician and communist dictator known for leading the Khmer Rouge from 1963 to 1997. Pol Pot believed in destroying the Cambodian civilization in order to start a new regime and usher in a new age. He is probably the only man in history who ordered mass genocide in his own country. In his rule, 25% to 35% of country's population, that is about 1 to 3 million people, were tortured and killed. In order to build an equal society, he forced urban people to work in farms and do slave labor, where many suffered to death because of malnutrition, starvation and poor medication. His cruelty not just stopped there. Workers who did mistakes were brutally tortured to death or shot, impaled with bamboo sticks and even hammered the head. He even ordered once to cut babies' limbs. He died on 15th of April 1998, where rumors say that he was poisoned or committed suicide. Number 4. Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il and Kim Jong-un. Kim Il-sung was the dictator of North Korea from 1948 to 1994. He started the Korean War, which resulted in the death of 3 million Koreans. People of Korea were forced and brainwashed to idolize him. His son Kim Jong-il continued his legacy after Sung's death, and Kim Jong-un is carrying on the same as he is dictator now. Millions have died due to famine and starvation and execution, and some methods of torture have been barbaric. North Korea has suffered for almost 70 years and is still suffering from the wrath and policies of their dictators for the third generation in a row. Number 3. Joseph Stalin. Joseph Stalin was dictator of the Soviet Union from 1922 till the death in 1953. As a young man, he was a robber and an assassinate. For almost 30 years, he reasoned with terror and violence in the Soviet Union. His decision led to famine that killed millions. Forget enemies, he even killed families of people who were fond of him. Under his rule, more than 1.5 million German women were raped, and in all, he easily killed over 20 million people. He once said, "One death is a tragedy and a million deaths is simply a statistic." Ironically, he was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize in 1945 and 1949. He died of a stroke in 1953. Number 2. Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong, said to be the founding father of People's Republic of China, one of the most brutal dictators ever in history. Mao had a dream of making China a superpower and has been credited with modernizing China and making it a world power. But in the process, he created the largest genocide in history, and his policies and rule killed and caused the death of as many as 40 to 70 million people. He started programs like the Cultural Revolution and Great Leap Forward, which led to death of around 20 million people due to starvation. Around 2 to 3 million people were killed systematically by his regime through executions, tortures, etc. Mao himself succumbed to illness. Number 1. Adolf Hitler, the Chancellor of Germany from 1933 to 1945 and Führer of Nazi Party. Adolf Hitler was perhaps the most intelligent, creative and brutal dictator of them all. He was largely responsible for the Holocaust and Second World War. He devised a plan to create his ideal master race by eliminating Jews, Slavs, Gypsies, homosexuals, and political opponents by forcefully sending them to concentration camps where they were tortured to death. According to reports, his action resulted in death of over 50 million people. Hitler committed suicide in his bunker on 30th of April 1945.